Hello everyone, this is a channel update. I'm going to get interrupted during this update numerous times. This is my third take on it, simply for the interruptions. For example, the door was left open to the hobby room, which means we'll hear background noise of the household. Having 4 daughters, a lot of my time is devoted to them and repairing their mistakes, like Minnie Mouse lost her head right here. And I need to drill some holes. It's made out of resin, so this is like a resin model repair. I'm going to have to drill some holes in Minnie's neck, put a pin in there, pin it, and then glue it, and maybe Minnie will survive. Okay, get the alignment just right before I start doing any of that. Because without pinning it, the gluing this just isn't going to work. It has to be pinned for it to stay intact in one piece. And it feels like pieces are missing on top of that, so I may not be able to do this whatsoever. It feels like the alignment isn't... I finally got them aligned right. Okay, the alignment's there, there's no missing pieces. But that's kind of the things I've been working on. Alright, teaching my daughters to do crafts. We've done a lot of painting over the last week of Christmas break. And other kind of crafting things, so that they grow up with the idea of crafting in their heads, instead of just like, hey, let me buy it on Amazon. You found a Minnie Mouse part? Uh-huh. You're not on camera, are you? Ha! Okay. Anyhow, hobby room's a total disaster. I have to get it repaired. You're going to see some videos on what I'm talking about with, maybe I didn't mention it, that was 2 videos ago. Trying to work quicker instead of taking a long time. I did a small Star Destroyer and the Death Star pretty quickly, and they came out looking pretty good. My wife looked at it and said, you know, wow, how long did you spend on this? You don't have that kind of time. So I'm learning quick ways of handling things. The Star Destroyer video I did earlier of the Revel one was an example of that. I'm working on trying to do quicker. I'm working on a diorama right now with this little guy and trying to work on quicker. Okay, I've got an hour and a half invested in the diorama, and I've already got the base planned out where everything's going to go. So I'm trying to get this diorama done in under 10 hours, which will be really good. That means I'm learning a few things on quick instead of slow and meticulous. It means it'll be sloppy. And what I mean by sloppy is that edge is sloppy compared to that edge. There'll be some sloppiness in there. I'm going to take it downstairs and give it another coat to even it out a little bit, but there'll be little issues like that here and there. This won't be painted, but it'll be weathered. That sort of thing. And it's already in color, so there's no real need to paint him. I might paint the axe, because I don't know how many purple axes actually exist in the world. So the axe will probably get painted, and the gun will probably get painted. But being a high-grade kit, a Bandai high-grade kit, it's actually not too horrible. It's one of the better high-grade kits I've put together. It's one of the newer kits, too. Anyhow, so you know where I'm at. I've got a lot of projects burning in the fire, unfortunately, without completions. That's the way it is. In one of the videos coming up, I'm talking about building an X-Wing. That's on the back burner. It's in the background over here on the table. And you can see the mess on this table behind me. I've overpurchased my stock limit in this room, so I have to deal with that. I'm going to have to reduce out probably 10% of the kits. Don't know when that's going to occur. I was hoping for it to be in the next week or 2. They'll go on eBay most likely, or I will find a couple of places on Facebook and just post them there and offload them there. We will see, because it might be cheaper for everyone not to put them on eBay. eBay's gotten a little ridiculous lately. Well, they gotta make money, but they don't have to be greedy. And as some things go, greed usually takes over. But anyhow, getting back to this. I'm running a small business. Some of you know this, some don't. The small business eats up an awful lot of my time. Okay? And when business comes, when you own a small business, when business comes, you have to take that time and use it. You can't just sit back and not Mary's dropping stuff everywhere. You can't just sit back and let that money go, because you've got a time period like right now. I don't work for 5 weeks over Christmas, which means I have zero income for those 5 weeks over Christmas. And I need to have income. We got to pay bills. We have a house to run. So during that time frame, I work as much as I can, so I have the time like this to be home. But the flip side is, when I work like I did over November and the first part of December, I mean, the first week of December, I put in 120 hours in 9 days. And you shouldn't do stuff like that, not at my age. But anyhow, when you do that, everything gets behind. Bills are behind. Cleaning is behind. Family is behind. So I'm playing catch up on all that right now. Got a few bills to catch up on. Once all that's caught up, then I can start cleaning this room. This room's on the low end of the scale. Okay? Up next, you will find some videos. I'll put up the Death Star, and it'll have the X-Wings in it, but I'm not building the X-Wings offhand. I might just go ahead and build one of them and slap it together and see how quickly I can weather it. They're molded in color, so I'm not painting at the moment. Manroni here, and that's the name of this guy, he is going to get a little bit of paint because he's going to be in a snow scene, and I can't leave him fresh, clean plastic like that in a snow scene. There has to be some paint. Okay? So I'm going to force myself to do some painting. I mean, I got that nice airbrush, so I might as well use it. Well, anyhow, I'm starting to ramble and rant. Okay? I've got a visible 4-cylinder engine coming up. And we have some other stuff coming up to work on. And again, cleaning this room is a priority. I got lots of little SD kits back in the background. Purging the stock is a priority, so I can walk through here. And just organizing and straightening up and purging, because I open drawers and I've got like 5 sets of files from Harbor Freight Tools, and I don't need 5 sets of files. I found a hairdryer in here, which I could see is useful for softening resin kits and correcting bends in vinyl. But I could just go downstairs and borrow the wife's when she's not paying attention. And it would be fine. So I don't really need to keep the hairdryer. And I'm going to be purging all the excess tools. So I might post videos and say, here's a box, someone wants to pay for shipping, it's yours. I'm going to do that with one model kit. It's going to be in a video. So if you pay attention to the video, you'll be able to get that a model kit that way. It's damaged, however. I bought it damaged and it wasn't supposed to be. Evil eBay seller got me. Well, anyhow, just let me know I'm alive. You can see me. I've lost 30 pounds in weight by monitoring diet. I didn't change my diet, I just changed how much I eat. So instead of eating a huge plate full of food, which was probably 1,500 calories on that one plate, I'm now eating kid meal size portions, which is more like 400 calories on a plate, 500 calories on a plate. I lost 30 pounds doing that. So that's a good thing. Anyhow, everyone, I'm going to go. Camera's about to die. Don't want to let the battery wear out. Miri's making messes in the background. She's using non-marker board pens on a marker board. Good thing it's a metal marker board, so I can get whatever she writes on it with off if necessary. And I got to go tend to some other things. So I'll be back. There will be some regular videos for a little while. And this one's going to be the first one. Talk to you all later.